So, ladies and gentlemen, today's episode is going to be me yapping away because we don't have any real materials to talk about or play with. Topic number 1, we are going to talk about Minecraft, the movie. Yes, the one featuring Jack Black and the gang. Surprisingly, this might shock you, surprisingly, I don't think it's that bad. I give it a 2.5 out of 5. Not that bad. I ended up enjoying it once I accept the fact that it's just in corporate slop. What could it have done differently to make it more interesting for me is that they give it an actual fucking plot, not just straight up garbage. I don't think the kids enjoy it. I'm gonna be very fucking honest. Like, if the kid is above the age of fucking, let's say 8, they're gonna look at this movie and be like, huh, that's weird. That's not the Minecraft I remember. That's not the Minecraft I played with. Kids below that age, they're just gonna be like, oh my god, Creeper. Oh my god, Piggy. Oh my god, I'm goat. Like, who is the target demographic of this fucking movie? Somebody please explain to me. I don't get it. The aesthetic and the fashion of the movie point towards like older audience, because like cars we see, the decorations, interior design, and the just overall fashion screams the 1980s, 1975, whatever, retro style. So is it trying to cater towards older generation, younger generation, or maybe like somewhere in between, like the 20-year-olds, you know? Because if it's meant to be the 20-year-olds, where is the plot? There was no engagement for a person with brain cells in that fucking film. Everything made no sense whatsoever. How did the signal or the cube get there? We don't really need that info, but it could be a great world building detail, you know? Forget it, it's fine. Why the fuck, or how the fuck did Steve end up getting an elytra without reaching the end? How did that happen? How did Steve end up getting a fucking flying boot? How did that happen? How did Steve manage to get like one singular ender pearl when it seems like main guy, the little guy, you know, our MC, was able to kill the Enderman pretty easily? These are some like plot holes that never get addressed, and you know what? They don't really have to. What I wanted is more fucking exploration by the crew, more of the biomes, more of the creatures, the monsters, like, you know, mushrooms, mushroom islands. The movie just gave us 2 biomes, not including the Nether. That's a realm. 2 biomes. We got the plain forest with like some oak wood and birch wood, and we have the quote-unquote dark forest, which isn't even dark forest, by the way. Like, it's not an accurate representation. They just decided to add like mushrooms here and there, but like in the actual fucking game, we have like 4x4, actually no, 2x2 trees, not just fucking birch and oak trees. It's upsetting. There's no detail for PvP. There wasn't really any demonstration of the mechanics involved, like, hey Steve, why can't we only swing once for a few seconds, you know, like that kind of stuff. Or like, hey Steve, what are these potions for? Like, of course there's not gonna be another person that Steve could fight against, because the whole idea is that, hey, these people wandered into Steve's world, and Steve himself was like someone that drifted into this world from the real world. So yeah, you know, the PvP won't get addressed, it's fine. But what about the redstone? What about the mob farms? The only mob farm we saw was the fucking chicken farm, and even then I don't think we see hoppers. So who really like enjoyed this movie? I gotta know, because like it makes no sense. Nothing about it makes sense. The principal and his husband, I mean her husband, right? That whole entire mini arc did not need to happen. She has no impact on the film. I don't know why she even fucking exists as a character. There's no reason for that principal to be in the movie. The villager? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the villager. Why you show so many scenes of this fuck-ass villager? In fact, you see him after the movie ended. He has a 0 impact on the film. You would think he's gonna come back somehow, right? Into the realm and like be a contributing member to the plot. No. He's just comedic device. An isolated comedic device. Like, who did they employ to write the plot? They need to get fucking their license suspended. They need to get fired. They need to go back to writing school or whatever the fuck. Their script writing is shit. I feel like ChatGPT could have done a better job. All right, enough flaming the fucking plot. There's no fucking other way to talk about it besides just, you know, flaming the shit out of it. There's nothing to talk about the plot. Like, it's just non-existent. I'm gonna move on. Let's talk about the actors. I really am surprised by Jason Momoa's performance. He was actually really chill, you know, he's enjoyable. I accepted his linearness. Is that a word? I accepted how linear Jason Momoa's character is, like Garbage Man, and like how he's supposed to just be a macho guy. And then once I accepted that, I'm like, wow, this guy is really fun, really enjoyable. Everybody did a wonderful job. The 3D rendering was great. I don't know why they chose the fucking wolf as a companion out of all things, to be honest. Because when we see the wolf go into the real world, he had no like issues. So it could have just been any fucking creature that went to the real world. It could have been a slime, you know, for all we care. There was no conflict, no trouble for the wolf to reach Steve's house somehow. Like somehow that never got addressed. How the fuck did the wolf even know where like 14th Street is, you know? Another plot hole. You know what I just realized? Something that's really morbid. The reason why Technoblade is included as a reference is because he's passed away. There's no way he could generate controversy. There's no references to other YouTubers because they are still alive. They could end up being weirdos or like be on news and damage profit of like future rescreenings of the movie. I am just being cynical, but it's the most corporate answer you could get for the fucking corporate slop we have. And that's really, really fucking sad. The next thing I want to talk about is Marvel Rivals. Season 2 is right around the corner. It's going to be on the 11th, I believe, of April. We have something to look forward to. Emma Frost, dick. That's the only thing I gotta say, bro. She's fine as hell and she is dick. She is the anti-flyer Vanguard, I believe. To me, it seems like she has like the same zapping mechanic as Scarlet Witch. As a Vanguard, flyers will be less of an issue now. Excited to see more team-ups and compositions now that people are gonna play double Vanguard for a little bit. I did notice that Raccoon's healing gun is going to give an initial 55 heals. So that addresses the issue with Raccoon where, you know, there's a hero that he could have saved. And by the time it makes it there, the person like dies due to the health being regenerated slowly. So the burst heal from his 55 orb is going to be very nice. Going to save a lot of people from being frustrated. His ultimate, I can't really get a hold of it. I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't think Spider-Man got nerfed. The next thing I'm going to talk about is... Okay, so the show, I think it does a pretty good job in season 3. It got me really hooked. I couldn't stop watching it. And then now that season 3 is out, I started like catching up on it. I have to say, the voice actor for Angstrom Levy, holy, actual like milky smooth voice. His voice actor actually killed the role. I do have to say, Conquest, the way he got defeated was very confusing. Supposedly he's this strong character, right? Like, bro wasn't even phased when he took so many punches from Invincible. And Invincible had no way of killing Conquest because bro is tired after a fight. And we could see that Atom Girl is doing jack shit fuck all. And then the writer had to pull an Ex Machina real quick to kill Conquest. That's kind of a letdown. I can't wait to see the redemption arc for Nolan though, assuming that's gonna happen. It's building up towards that, I'm pretty sure. Wholly different mark from parallel universes. That was interesting to see. The show suffers a little bit from lack of budget, but I can't really complain because that's been known for a while. Alright, next thing I'm gonna talk about is what you're seeing on the screen here, Path of Exile. I think I have completed my build. Even though we're only level 83 and none of my items are Shaper or Uber Elder worthy. Now why do I say it's basically finished? It's because for the first time ever, I've maxed my Chaos Resistance. That's a big accomplishment for me. And we have 100% spell suppression chance. I basically have never had a character this tanky before. And they even have like this much health and like 300 shield. The shield, I think I could bump it up more. Might take a bit more work though. This ring that I have, complete coincidence, one of the best rings to have ever dropped for me, dude. It basically like maxed out on all the resistances. Its life is pretty high. The only downside is that increased rarity found is a bit low, and mana efficiency is pretty low as well. If this is able to hit like 30% increased rarity with a 2% mana reservation efficiency, this would have been like easily 2 div worth of at least in my opinion. Oh, I also want to share something with you guys. Merciless Lab is pretty profitable to run, guys. Early game and mid game. 60 chaos just comes easily. Like, I basically never ran out of chaos by running Merciless Labs. Just bring some gems with you to transfigure, you know, do your research, see what type of transfigure gem sells for a lot. The next thing I want to talk about is web development. It essentially is for my job, sort of, kind of. I was working on it whenever I have free time at work. I figure out how to like collapse things, and so I'm basically using inline CSS and referencing an external style sheet to make a really pretty and clean website. It's for my purpose, my work. It's not something that I'm hired to do. I basically need a personal like tracker, a reminder, and digital notepad. I know there's a lot of services online that offers that, but I don't want to bother my coworkers to get a license for it. and think about like what type of sensitive data that I can or can't put on there. I just don't want to go through all of that. So it was really simple to just sketch up those. And to my surprise, I used ChatGPT expecting it to be kind of dog shit, because like in my experience, like 2-3 years ago, ChatGPT cannot fucking code, bro. But this year, literally this week, I tried it out. It was able to code really well. I must reiterate, it's basic HTML and CSS, but I was able to give a really vague command and it was able to achieve the effect that I want. Isn't that insane? And no, this is not to scare anybody from becoming a coder. I still believe that you could become really well paid and sought after if you're good at what you're doing. There will always be a market for human created things, because that's the appeal, like the authenticity, you know? If anything, it should increase the demand for human made products. Lower end stuff is gonna get replaced by AI, don't worry about it. Just, you know, become better at what you do. You won't get replaced. That's what I believe. The way that like consumerism works is that the cheaper and higher quality something is, the more it's going to be in demand. And right now, you can't really have something that's like high detail, high efficiency encoding from using large language models. That's not a thing yet. That's pretty safe. And manual labor, hell no. We are eons away from like actually replacing our workforce with that. So what can you really use large language for? Writing articles, writing or creating like small designs, that type of things. Logos, if you're not picky about your details being all smeared and like, you know, senseless. All right, the next topic. I don't know if I should include this or not, but I'm just gonna like include it for now since I don't have much to talk about. Speed dating. Who's excited? I am not. This is my second time trying speed dating, and it's shit. It's shit, bro. It did not go well. The ratio was off. We had about a fucked up ratio of 4 dudes to 1 girl. According to like the workers there, originally the ratio was 3 girls to 4 guys. So what I did was I said, fuck it, you know, I'm just gonna chill. Turned it into like a socializing event or networking event. Talked to some dudes and got their contact, and like, damn, bro, these guys are pretty interesting. We have a dude that's like a finance engineering guy, another dude that's like a nurse. I talked to a dealership repair guy, like a dealership mechanic, who is turning 32 this year. Oh, I forgot, we are in a labyrinth. And he said he went to this event because he feels the time is ticking for him. Don't worry, I did talk to girls too. I wasn't a complete loner. There was 2 girls that I talked to. One of them turned out to just be emotional support for the other girl. So, yeah, got their contact though. Your boy's a winner. Maybe, I don't know. That thing isn't happening. Yeah, I don't know if I'm including this, bro. This shit just sounds a bit awkward. In other news, we have fucking Speed in China. Why am I mentioning him? Is because I've been browsing Bilibili for some spicy Chinese memes and I saw his ass popping up. I'm like, wow, no way. Hopefully man's enjoying his time in China and not just be a complete fucking douchebag. So far, from what I've seen, he seems to be receptive of the culture, and people online, the Chinese netizens, appreciate his exposure of the positive sides of China. I do want to include a segment where we go over some spicy Chinese memes, so yeah, catch you in a bit. This video is a bit long, so the spicy memes will be saved till next time. Alright everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good evening, good morning, or good day, good night.